Good afternoon and welcome to Lariat TV News Today. I'm Caroline Waterhouse.
And I'm Elizabeth Tharp. Thanks for joining us.
Dallas junior Hannah Causey was recently elected the student body president for the 2018-2019 school year. LTVN's Branson Hardcastle sat down with Causey to talk about the impact student government and the Baylor community have had on her.
After a hard-fought campaigning victory, Dallas junior Hannah Causey has been named student body president. Causey began student government freshman year and has had a passion for it ever since.
Going through freshman year and getting to write bills and work on projects, I just kind of fell in love with it. It sounds weird, but I just was started getting super passionate about being able to make a small difference, even if it's small. You can make a difference just being in student government.
But Causey's Baylor experience might not have been possible without the influence her late stepfather had on her life.
I applied to 8 schools and Baylor was my last choice, and a few weeks after he passed away, we visited Baylor for the first time. And you know when people say you'll feel like home when you walk on the right campus, or you'll get that feeling. I don't know, my whole world kind of changed after that. And then coming here, I realized this is why he loved the school so much, and that's why he would always kind of plant that in our minds, is he wanted this to be the community that raised my sister or myself.
Causey's involvement in student government and the Baylor community have paved a way for her to grow closer and deeper in her relationships with others around campus.
I think a lot of those relationships grew a lot through campaigning, which I wouldn't say the same for last year, because it's an emotionally tolling, you feel it's a process that's supposed to feel very lonely at times. And honestly, this past campaign season, I didn't at all.
Reporting for Lariat TV News Today, I'm Branson Hardcastle.
Baylor Parking Services is hoping to crack down on the number of bikes left on campus over the summer. Parking Services will once again require students to register their bicycles through their Tag It program. According to Director of Parking and Transportation Services Matthew Penny, forgotten bicycles has become an issue for Baylor, as Parking Services collected more than 200 bikes just last year. To register, students are asked to take a picture of their bike serial number, send it to bike@baylor.edu, and pick up a sticker from Baylor Parking Services. Officials will begin going around campus to find bikes that have been left without a tag on the handlebar after graduation. Students with untagged bikes will then have 60 days to claim their bike or risk having them donated to services partnered charities.
With graduation just a few weeks away, the university is making its various resources known to the many students who are about to walk across the stage. For many seniors, the anticipation of graduation can bring a large amount of stress as they are about to step into a new world. Director of Alumni Engagement Donna Sparks says many graduates face challenges with job searches and student loan debt, and the two often merge together. However, the resources that Baylor has to offer are still available even after graduation. If you are in search of assistance or advice as you prepare for graduation, consider setting up an account with Handshake or the Baylor Mentor Network.
Students helping students. This is the mantra behind a newly passed student government initiative which will assist students during hard times. The Student Care and Wellness Fund will help cover out-of-pocket expenses that students might face throughout their time at Baylor, such as the cost of medical care, emergency plane tickets, or replacing locks after a break-in. Former Student Body President Amy Dickerson and Director of Student Government Policy Grant Wilkie came up with the project last fall and officially saw its launch last week. Dickerson said they are currently raising money for this upcoming school year, and the first round of fund applications will open up in June. The fundraising goal for the initiative is set for $50,000. Students and the community members can donate to the fund by texting BU Students Care to 41444 or visiting the project's Baylor Scale Fund page online.
Armstrong Browning Library hosted its annual Benefactors Day on Friday to honor those who have donated money to the library. Jennifer Borderud, the Access Outreach Librarian and Associate Director of Armstrong Browning Library, said it is a great way to see and meet the library's supporters. With donations starting at $25, benefactors help pay for library events and artifacts. The Armstrong Browning Library was founded in 1918 when H.A. Armstrong donated his collection to Baylor University. The current building was constructed from 1948 to 1951 when the growing collections needed more space. Guest speaker, journalist, and author Nicholas Basbanes will be speaking for Benefactors Day. His talk focuses mainly on one of his earlier books, A Gentle Madness, which is about book collectors and their collections.
Some members of the Lariat staff became part of the story this weekend at the Michael Johnson Invitational Track Meet.
We'll tell you how they did after this.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
Challenging.
Like, I'm here, I can do this.
Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous. Growth.
Transformative. Tradition.
Tradition.
Faith.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
Baylor Theater is premiering its adaptation of Mr. Burns, a post-electric play, this week. The show is known for its post-nuclear war meltdown setting, which comes from an episode of the famous animated comedy, The Simpsons. The setting creates an atmosphere that requires its characters to come together as a community. Baylor's interpretation of the play is molded to its cast and its setting, which creates a cheery rendition of darker themes. The cast of Mr. Burns will perform at 7:30 p.m. from Tuesday through Saturday at 2 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday at the Mabee Theater in the Hooper Schaefer Fine Arts Center.
What started as a study abroad program through Southeast Asia has morphed into an opportunity for Baylor graduates to teach English in Thailand at the King's School for a year after they graduate. Recent graduates who are involved in the program depart for Thailand in May and return the following March. Airfare, room and board, and most meals are paid for, and the students also receive a salary and have plenty of opportunities to travel. Sociology professor Catherine Mueller said she had a dream to visit Thailand when she was a child and has been able to make that dream a reality during her time at Baylor. The Thailand program has been around for more than 20 years, and seniors who may not have a job nailed down after graduation can reach out to Mueller for more information.
What do the MD Anderson Children's Cancer Hospital and the Baylor University Art Department have in common? Cancer patients and Baylor students can all be artists, and they're teaming up to make a masterpiece. Ashley Smith is the program coordinator at the University of Texas MD Anderson Children's Cancer Hospital, and she's recently reached out to Baylor lecturer Greg Wallen to make this new program happen. Young patients at the hospital draw pictures on postcards but leave them unfinished, and the cards are then sent out to professional artists around the country to finish the drawings. The artists eventually send the finished postcards back to the children. Baylor students have already received some of the postcards and sent them back to the children at MD Anderson. Smith said the kids are excited about the connection with the community and love to see the artists complete their drawings.
There's a new drink on the block, and it's called kombucha, and it's popping up in cities large and small, asserting its uniqueness in a relatively new market of fermented tea. One Waco business in particular is dominating the local market, bringing kombucha to the local community on tap and on wheels. Kombucha has been in business for about 2 years and is the only kombucha company that produces and sells local to Waco. The business recently went mobile by creating its Bucha van, which rolls around Waco serving many flavors of their tea rich in probiotics. Kombucha's flavors range from pomegranate basil to ginger lime to tropical thunder, which is a combination of cranberry and pineapple that is said to taste like a Capri Sun. The Bucha van is parked at the Waco Downtown Farmers Market every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the corner of 5th Street and Washington Avenue.
Different media teams around the Waco area made their debut on the track this past weekend. That's right, the 4x100 Media Relay. LTVN's Meredith Aldis watched as a group of Lariat staffers tried their hand at making handoffs.
This is the Michael Johnson Invitational Media 4x100 Relay. In Lane 1 is the Waco Tribune Herald, Lane 2 is KXXV, Lane 3 is KWKT, Lane 4 is ESPN Central Texas, Lane 5 is our very own Baylor Lariat, Lane 6 and 7 are Baylor Athletics Communications and Marketing, who are non-competitive participants. KXXV and the Lariat came out quick, and the first handoff is the Lariat. We've got some serious talent in the backstretch to put ESPN Central Texas in the lead. That is Jerry Hill with the handoff. And again, that is Jerry Hill being passed up by everyone. KXXV really set themselves up and are bringing it home. The Baylor Lariat took home the silver medal in the Waco Trib with the bronze.
I was the anchor leg, sadly. But I think I brought us, maybe I passed somebody, so that's good.
Me as the last guy, I dropped the baton trying to be Superman. So that was already bad. But we were getting smoked before that. So.
Watch out, because the Lariat is already planning in order to get first next year.
Maybe we'll practice for 5 minutes before next year.
Maybe more than a week's notice, we can begin to look at some times and begin to evaluate.
For Lariat TV News Today, I'm Meredith Aldis.
Baseball and softball are wrapping up their seasons, and one of them is on a big winning streak.
We'll have the results of their games with sports coming up next.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Home. Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
Like, I'm here, I can do this.
Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous. Growth.
Transformative. Tradition.
Tradition.
Faith.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
The Baylor football team had its spring football game this past weekend, showing fans and recruits that they have been practicing in preparation for their 2018 season. LTVN's Elizabeth Tharp has the story.
Despite an hour rain delay, the Baylor football team still had their spring football game here at McLean Stadium, where the players were split up into two teams, Team Sikkim and Team BU, and played a 15-minute quarter where Team Sikkim took the win in overtime, 14-13. Head coach Matt Rule said he didn't care if the team played today or not, and said the game was for the players to go out, have fun, and celebrate Baylor football.
Proud of the team this winter and this spring. They've worked tremendously hard, and I'm excited about where we are. We have some guys that obviously didn't play today that are healthy and will be back. And a few times in college football, I think that we're entering the season with everyone slated to be healthy and ready to go for the fall season. So anxious to get the freshmen here, finish school out strong. Have the guys take a couple weeks off. A couple guys are going on mission trips. Get them back in June and really attack the summer.
We got a lot of talent, and y'all didn't see most of it today. A lot of it. We got a few guys that can make really big plays on the outside, so it'll be good to get them back. Just the work ethic all spring, all off season, and I know we're going to carry that into the summer, into the fall.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Elizabeth Tharp.
Baylor baseball traveled to San Marcos to face Texas State Tuesday night. The game stayed close until the 7th inning when Baylor's offense exploded. Up 6-4, Baylor's batters put the game away with 11 runs in the 7th. The Bears run-ruled the Bobcats to snag their 9th win in the last 10 games and 7th in a row. That includes a big 3-game sweep over TCU last weekend, the first time the Bears have done that to the Horned Frogs since 2000. Baylor's dominant bullpen and defense helped to secure the wins over the Horned Frogs. The offense struggled early for Baylor, but as the game went on, the bats came alive. The Bears will travel to Kansas to take on Kansas State on Friday. After sweeping Kansas in a 3-game series last weekend, Baylor softball traveled to the University of Houston for a doubleheader Tuesday night. The Lady Bears pitching and defense were dominant in the first game, shutting the Cougars out for a 1-0 win. Gia Rodoni had 10 strikeouts and only allowed 3 hits through 8 innings, while senior Shelby Frudenberg hit a home run in the top of the ninth to give the Lady Bears the lone run of the game. In Game 2, Baylor fell behind early and couldn't pull off the late-game comeback as they fell 4-3 to split the doubleheader. Senior outfielder Jesse Scroggins was selected in the National Fast Pitch League draft Monday evening. Scroggins went in the third round as the 15th overall pick by the Chicago Bandits. She will finish the season with Baylor before moving on to play for the Bandits. The Baylor women's golf team tied for second at the Big 12 Championship at the Dallas Athletic Club this past weekend. shooting 12 over par 300 to finish the 12 over par to finish the 54-hole tournament at 24 over par. Baylor finished 8 strokes behind number 7 Texas and tied with 17th-ranked Oklahoma State. 3 Bears earned all tournament honors. Freshman Diane Bayou finished in 6th place, freshman Gerline Kerr was 7th, and junior Maria Vesca tied for 8th place. The NCAA Division I golf tournament will be announced Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. on the Golf Channel. You can also stay updated with what's coming next for the Baylor women's golf team on BaylorLariat.com. Baylor men's tennis is headed to Austin on Friday for the start of the Big 12 Championship. The Bears will match up with Oklahoma State in the quarterfinal round. The Cowboys beat Baylor earlier this month in a heartbreaking loss for the Bears. But this is a chance for Coach Knoll and his team to get revenge and advance to the next round of the Big 12 Championship. The match begins at 9 a.m. on Friday. The 25th-ranked Baylor women's tennis team wrapped up its regular season with a 4-0 loss to 5th-ranked Texas Friday night. The Bears' first chance to come back from this sweep will be at the Big 12 Championship, where they enter as the number 5 seed. The Bears will open postseason play Friday at 9 a.m. with a quarterfinal dual match against number 4 seed Kansas. The team will look to senior Teresa Van Zyl to take the lead as she earned academic All-Big 12 first-team recognition. Van Zyl is the 7th player in program history to secure 3 academic All-Big 12 first-team selections in her career. And that's your sports update for today.
Thanks for watching Lariat TV News today this semester. We'll see you in the fall.
Have a great week and good luck on your finals.